Good morning, Lewis. I am Citlali Romo with Samara Martinez. Thank you for joining us this early morning.
Thank you for tuning in. Today is the last day of Good Morning Lewis for the semester. So graduation is now
11 days away. I've been counting.
And are you ready?
I am. I'm ready to cross the stage. I'm ready for my family to see that. I am first generation, so it's a big deal for me.
It is a huge deal for you. That is. I didn't get to walk high school because it was during COVID. So I'm excited because I don't know how it feels to walk a stage. So really excited, but finals. Before graduation, anything, it's finals. How do you feel about that?
I'm prepared. I feel like this semester was pretty easy for me. Not easy, but as far as like, I don't have exams. We just have really big projects to work on. So it's like, I'm okay. I'm pretty confident.
That's good. That's good.
But good luck to everyone who has finals and is studying. I know you guys will pass.
And then congratulations to all seniors.
Exactly.
Big accomplishment for all of us. But
let's start with our trending topics.
Hey, Citlali, do you know what time it is?
No, Samara, what time is it?
It's time for trending topics.
So, first and foremost, Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron star in A Family Affair, which is coming out on June 28th. And it's going to be one of the most recent films that Zac Efron has starred in. It's like supposed to be like a love, like romantic movie, a comedy to a rom-com. There we go. So I'm excited. I love my rom-coms and I love Zac Efron.
I know, Zac. I haven't feel like any movies are about him or anything like that recently. So that's cool. So
Yeah.
Exciting new movie for this summer.
It is. It's going to be fun.
Wow.
Fun to look at. And then to yours.
Okay, mood. This is me whenever a camera is pointed towards me. I don't know why, but like for some reason, like a peace sign always decides to go up. And then I love Patrick.
But it's just
like that's literally how it happens. And it's just like, I feel like a lot of people do that.
Yeah, it's more common. It's like instinct.
I feel like it started back maybe 2016. Like everyone was like,
I think it started like during like the selfie, like
the selfie era. Yes, and all that. But
I just first started.
But it just made me laugh, and I was like, chuckle, I should say. Chuckle. Made me chuckle. And it's just funny because like look at him. I know.
Onto my tweet, X post.
Yeah, they're X now.
Right.
Make up a symbolism.
It is National Raisin Day, if you didn't know. People have been enjoying raisins for as long as grapes have been growing. Raisins naturally are low in fat and contain healthy nutrients. I love raisins. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. Yeah, I know. It's a different, it's weird. It's a weird snack to say that I love them, but I do. I just feel like it does give texture. I love putting raisins in my salads with like nuts. Oh my God, just yummy. It definitely adds the freshness to it. But raisin comes from a Latin racemus and means cluster of grapes and berries, if you didn't know.
I did not. I don't like raisins though.
Yeah, so get your box of raisins today.
Well, I'm glad somebody could enjoy today, because definitely not me. Definitely not me.
I'm running to Potbelly's for their oatmeal raisin.
Yeah. But on to my next tweet. So, Candace Parker. She's a professional women's basketball player, NWA player, from Chicago. Her dad was actually my basketball coach in middle school for my club team.
Her dad?
And
nice.
I met her, so I just like, this was really like emotional for me because she has really made a change in like women's basketball. You know, back then, now it's definitely changed because of, you know, all of the new players from class of 2020, and like it's totally changed, but she really was one of the greats to start the change. And it was just so cool to see like the Bears post this about her and kind of say like, you know what, like she had a legendary career. She's won, you know, 3 championships, and she started a family now. She's older, she's had a lot of surgeries, she's kind of done. So it just really made me happy to see, you know, her retiring. And then like, I just know her dad, like her dad coached me when I was little. It's really cool.
Flex. That's a flex.
So it's really cool. I have like pictures with him, and he looks just like her.
Yeah, no.
So yeah.
She looks just like him.
There it is.
No, but that's really cool. It's actually really cool to have experienced that as well and see it firsthand. It's like, oh my gosh, he's moving up. You know?
Yeah, and it's so nice to see her, you know? But TikTok time.
Oh, I know, my favorite part of the day.
I'm fine. Totally fine. I don't know why it's coming out all loud and squeaky, because really, I'm fine.
Me being the oldest.
I know. I literally was looking at this.
Fine.
I love Ross.
Right.
Totally
From
like
friends,
friends,
right?
from friends. And the episode that this is from, I'm like, that's literally a lot of moms. Like, because I have a lot of like first generation friends. You, for example, like graduating, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's big. I mean, I'm first generation, but my sister graduated already, so really I'm kind of not having the spotlight on that. My sister already went to college, but no, I started laughing because I'm like, I feel like that's going to be a lot. Whether like moms think about it or not, like it's a huge accomplishment for their kids, and I
It
feel like
is.
a lot of them are going to be
We're
at
all going to be
graduation.
on that stage next week.
I
That's going to be all
know.
the moms next
All
week.
the moms next week.
Onto my video, which is similar.
To the college senior graduating in a month. First things first, congrats. This is a really big deal. Don't let anyone diminish it, even you. Now you might be really excited, scared, anxious, relieved. No matter what you're feeling, it is completely normal. And you should know that it is all going to work out and everything will be okay. If a year ago when I was in your shoes, I could see myself now, I'd be really proud. A lot is going to happen to you in your first year post-grad, and I definitely have some more advice to share about that. But for now, I just want to say one thing. Ride the wave. I promise it will take you exactly where you were supposed to be.
It gives me chills.
Who cut the onions? No, I'm kidding.
But it is still very true. You know, we're going to
Yeah.
be graduating. It's not just going to be us. It's going to be a whole class, you know, who are probably thinking, like, what's next, you know?
Yeah, and it's
So-
the future. Like, we are honestly the future for like whatever field we're going into, and that's crazy to think of, but it's just like,
No more winter breaks.
No more spring breaks,
No,
no
more
more
summer break. It's really
4-day
have to-
weekends.
Exactly. So now
Nope.
it's just on to
Work.
the real world.
Yep.
But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what life brings us. We
Me
have to
too.
check in.
yes, we're gonna have
every
to
year.
talk and see how everything's going.
Next up, we share some feel-good stories, surely to brighten up your day. A Nebraska couple did not let a tornado cancel their wedding plans. Jessica and Austin Bracker got married Saturday in Waterloo. When the tornado tore through town ahead of the festivities, it left their venue without power. The couple decided to go ahead with their plans and move their entire setup indoors. They said the guests all rolled with the punches and helped celebrate their moment. The couple said overall the day was perfect and they all had a great time.
A gold watch worn by the wealthiest passenger aboard the Titanic sold at auction for about a record-breaking $1.5 million. That was several times the estimated value of the timepiece before Saturday's auction. The watch belonged to John Jacob Astor IV, who died when the Great Ocean liner sank after hitting an iceberg in 1912. Astor, who was the richest man in the world at this time, made sure his pregnant wife survived by putting her in the last available lifeboat. The watch was later found on his body. The auctioneer said the winning $1.5 million bid makes it the most ever paid item from the doomed ship.
Whether it's milk tea or a fruity flavor, grab your boba straw. Today is National Bubble Tea Day. Bubble tea can be customized with different toppings and sugar levels. The drink was created in the 80s in Taiwan. It combines tea, milk, and tapioca bubbles, also known as boba or pearls. Celebrate by sharing your favorite drink on social media with the hashtag National Bubble Tea Day.
In life, you coming into our home.
Long ass
is one of
commercial.
the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
It is a new day for jobs and careers, and the skills needed to compete are rapidly changing. This is why more students are choosing Lewis University. Lewis prepares you for emerging opportunities in some of the most highly sought after fields. Higher education is the most crucial investment you can make in your future. Lewis provides you with a lasting education that will launch you towards success today and strong growing careers of tomorrow. Begin an education that will pay dividends for a lifetime. Learn more at lewisu.edu.
Today we are joined by senior organizational communication major Gerardo Lopez. Thank you for joining us today.
Of course.
I wanted to start off by asking, can you tell us more about your journey discovering and accepting your LGBTQ identity?
Yes. So when I was 3 years old, I was playing with Barbies. At 8 years old, I fell in love with Taylor Lautner. And then throughout my teenage years, I started to come out to my family. I started really questioning my sexuality at 8 years old. I started being told things like, oh, you're gonna get a wife and a kids and house someday. And the kids and house part sounded nice, but I wasn't really too sure on the wife. So I was like, I don't really know if that's for me. And then as I got older and I started discovering more about myself, that's when I realized like, oh, I'm gay.
I'm gay.
Yes.
How was it coming out with your family? Was that more like, were you nervous? Were you scared? How were you feeling?
I was definitely more scared only because I really hold their opinions to such a high standard. They've always showed me love and support, but it's still kind of scary because you just never know what kind of reactions you would get. But I can say right now I have a very strong support system and I love my family very dearly. They're currently watching this too, so hi
oh,
guys.
Good, I'm glad.
Yes.
Say hello. How was your experience? How has your experience been navigating LGBTQ, your identity on campus?
At first it was difficult, mostly due to like my own personal fear because I didn't know really who would accept me here and who wouldn't. But I can say I've been very like welcomed here by the students and by my professors. I can't speak to everyone's own experiences, but mine has been very great. The biggest challenge has just been fear and mindset and not knowing who to really open up to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any challenges?
Yeah, there's always going to be a fair share of challenges. There's always going to be a few people who will want to, test my patience. But, I feel like once you have a strong support system by your side, all of that stuff gets thrown out the window.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have you found any resources or support systems on campus that help LGBTQ community?
The GSA, which stands for the Gay Straight Alliance, that's a pretty good resource. I would also recommend the Wellness Center when you're in need of someone to talk to. And they're also very friendly and great down there. And just going back to like the professors and the students, they can be a great resource to you because they are here to listen and they do care about you. So those are my biggest resources.
Thank you for sharing. Are there any misconceptions or stereotypes on the LGBTQ community?
I would say the biggest misconception would be that gay representation is meant to poison the mind of the youth. I don't think that's the case at all. As gay people, we don't really get to see ourselves a lot through the media. So when we do see it, it's a huge deal for us. Like example, Finding Dory had a scene where a lesbian couple were holding their baby in a stroller down the park. It's like things like that are so minimal, but they have such a deep meaning to people like me. And it's not meant to poison the minds of children. It's just supposed to like expose them to it because whether or not you're going to be exposed to gay people in your life. So I think it's nice that they get that sort of early on in their minds.
Definitely, I agree. What advice would you give to the other LGBTQ communities, students who may be struggling with coming out or being more open to their identity?
I would tell them not to beat themselves up over timing. Everyone comes out on their own time. Everyone does things at their own pace. I would say don't try to rush it. Don't feel pressured. Things are going to come to you naturally. So just kind of let fate be fate. And then really build a strong support system early on. I mean, when you come out, you figure out so many different things about yourself. And you're going to want someone there beside you who's going to like support you no matter what, which I can luckily say I do have. So those would be my biggest pieces of advice to get to them.
Anything else you would like to share?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. No, really, thank you for sharing. I feel like this is definitely something that should be talked about, shared so that everyone on campus, well, specifically the LGBTQ community feels more welcomed on campus, especially here on our show. I do want everyone to know that it's like, we're here for you.
Yeah.
You're always welcome as well.
Thank you.
But thank you for coming on to the show today. It is our last show, and you are a senior, so high five to us.
Graduating soon.
Literally, next week, so we'll be ready. But thank you again for joining us, and we'll be right back with our final show. And
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Well, that's it for today. We hope you enjoyed this morning of Good Morning Lewis, this episode, excuse me.
Thank you for tuning in, and have a great rest of your semester.
Thank you, guys.